Welcome back to my channel, and today we have another topic. So today I finished in solving 1000 problems, and so yeah, that is my 1 year and a half. I doing I am doing the LeetCode problems. Yeah, I I want to make this video because I think that this video will give you guys motivations to continue to do the LeetCode problem and keep practicing every day. Because I think the traditional algorithms, they are the fundamental concepts for the computer um, the computer science students. And then so with this one, I built the streaming data system for my company, which can process up to 30 terabyte per day using the queuing theory, priority queue, and stack. And that one is the post processing step in the AI system. And also I can accelerate the data analysis step in my company. The script was previously like running during 2 days. However, like I can speed it up or accelerate it to like 14 minutes. And then that's why I strongly recommend that we still need to learn about um, the algorithms. And then so you may tell me that okay, so recently we have the AI which can help us to code and then generate code very quickly. However, like the story in here is that let's say that we have the problem, and then we just give the AI to help us to generate the code. However, like we cannot manage the complexity and the algorithms inside the functions or our program. So that is very dangerous. And also like if you think that like okay, so if you have already known that like this algorithm is like O(n) square, and then you can prompt to the AI to use the different algorithm or different approach, and then force it to help us to solve it during the O and log n, or like just O(n), right? Yeah, so it means that like if you understand all kind of the algorithms, we also have the chance to prompt the AI better to help us to solve the problem. Yeah, so for today, I think that that is useful to share my hash map, because like that is my 1.5 year. I think so. I start in last February, and yeah, so in during this time I submit a lot of the codes to the LeetCode, because like initially I didn't know much about the algorithms. I was far away from the algorithms for years, because I am the AI engineer, and then so that's why I just building the model, testing, uh, working and practicing the hypothesis and also the ML systems. Yeah. However, like I can do that and I can get it back, so I believe that all of us can do that. Yeah. So um, here is my total number of the submissions, and if you notice in here, so back to 2024, uh, from second. So here is my initial step, and so in here that is my initial step. So you can see that like most of the problem I solved, that is just the easy or the medium problem. So you can see that the ratio between the easy and the medium problems, that is 50-50. So it means that like my strategy in here is that um, I didn't know much about I forgot about all of the algorithms and the approach. So I mean that I need to learn and I need to get it back. And I use the online resources, Google. At that time I just use the Google and Geeks for Geeks, and I read that. So you can see that in here most of them are just easy and the medium problem. Even though like in here sometimes the easy problem, they dominated the number of the medium problem as well. Because like yeah, if we don't know about the algorithms. We don't know how to solve it, and then we cannot solve it efficiently. So it means that like I cannot come up with the strategies for the medium problem directly. However, like after 1 or 2 months, you can see, and then so I was starting to solve the medium problem, and in during 1 year, I only can solve 7 hard problem, because like in that year, so sorry, this is the month, right? In that month, I only can solve 7 hard problem. Yeah, but I mean the ratio will be changed, and here the number of the medium problem, it is more than the easy problem. So gradually, we can see that like I give up the easy problem. So sometimes like you still can see the easy problem here, because like we have the daily LeetCode problem, and I want to keep my streak, and then that is the reason why I still have the easy problem. Most of them are from just the daily LeetCode problem. Yeah, so here, so you can see that like the number of the medium is like more than easy. So why is that? So it is because like, so you can see that I only focus on the medium problem. So for example, like if you can see in the interview, that is not the IMO challenge, and then so there is no reason why for the interviewers they will ask you about the hard question, because the hard question is not easy to be solved. Somehow like it need to be, it needs to have some kind of the very nice intuition and the observation. Otherwise, that is very hard to be solved. And another type, the hard problem is that like they just requires to combine a lot of the techniques. So that kind of the hard problem will be easy. However, like for the things like it requires the intuition and the special observation, and that is very hard to be figured out. And that is the reason why within the 90 minutes, that is very hard for us. Yeah, so you can see that gradually I give up the easy, focus on the medium, and recently, this year I do more hard problem. So I try to do more hard problem, because like I land the job, so it means like I just focus on the things I interested in. So that is the reason why you can see more hard problems. So for now, the ratio of the hard problem is like, yeah, it is more than in the past. Yeah, so more hard problem, more hard problem. Yeah, so let's say like, yeah, that is my progress for 1000 problem solved. And then, so what is my roadmap? So this is my roadmap. Yeah, so this one is just for the for the programmer like me. It means that we are like, yeah, we start doing the algorithms after a while. So for me, I start from very weird thing. I think I start from the tree. The reason for this is that like when I try to do the backtracking, dynamic programming, divide and conquer, and also about the graph, and then that is very difficult, and then my brain cannot come up with the strategy, and then it is like it cannot imagine about how this step relate to the next step, and how the next step feedback to the current step. So I thought that okay, so for now I will learn the tree, because like for the tree, we can visualize the tree, we can see how it works, and then also we can see how the children note feedback to their parents. And then also it will teach us two very important skills, which is to define the base case, and then also how to define the recurrence relation. So it means that like the base case is that like how can we stop to find, right? That is the bottom level in the recursion, and also the recursion relation. So it means that one node, how can it be related to the next node or the next step, and how can the feedback is respond to the parents or the previous step. And two others very important strategy is that like the depth first search, the DFS, and also the BFS. Yeah, so I mean that like in here, after you learn the tree, you can do the backtrack, or you can learn, you can do the backtracking, dynamic programming, divide and conquer, and graph like comfortable. Yeah, so so I think that I solved more than 100 questions related to the tree before I jump into this stage. So in the orange color here, it means that like you don't, it is not too important for you in the interview, I think. And then so you can, yeah, you just need to learn about the algorithms, which is in the um, uh, white color. And also the next one I learned is about the hash map, and because it's very nice for us, I think that the hash map is that like it is useful supporting data structure. And then so just one thing we need to be note is that like anything can be the key, and it can help us to memorize and also help us to accept the key with the complexity of a one. And then so well, we also can combine the hash map with the prefix sum strings, and of course this is not limited to these things. It also can be the memorizations for the dynamic programming and also the backtracking as well. So yeah, a lot of more things we can do with the hash map. So that is the reason why I put it as a supporting data structure. And yeah, so the next one, when we work with the array, and then so for I mean that when we work with the array and somehow we need to deal with the subarray, right? And then so that for that one, if we have the fixed length of the subarray, the sliding window will be the good candidate. And then after you have the fixed length, you want to change the length of the subarray. And then so we need somehow like we use the two pointers approach. And so for the two pointers, and then we also have the slow fast pointers, and also we have the pointers, two pointer, one is the at the beginning and another one is at the end of the string or the array. Yeah, so that is the things about the sliding to pointers. And also you can you also need to focus on the heap and stack. And so here like you can see that like if for most of the designing, I mean system design questions, for example like how can we design the CD store, yeah, so it means that like we also have some priority for specific records. And then so that is the reason why somehow like we need to retrieve the key which using the hash map. And also like for the heap, it means that we need to have the priority. However, like for the heap and stack, you need to um, only need to memorize one thing. The top element is the most important thing. So what is the top of the heap? Of course, like we have the min heap and max heap, and then it means that like the top is very important. However, for the stack, we can imagine stack as an array, and the element before the incoming element is the most important thing. That is the top of the stack, and we only need to find the logic with respect to the top element. So that all the things we need to memorize to solve or to come up with the strategy to solve the heap and stack questions efficiently. And also the next thing is very nice algorithm which can help us to solve a lot of questions. That is the binary search. However, like in here, I think that like the binary search is, yeah, that is very easy for understand. However, like the most difficult thing is that like we need to define what to search and what is the validation. Let's say that you have the k, right? And then if we are given k, and how can we define the k is valid or not to increase or decrease the value of k? So that is the most important thing for the binary search. Just memorize what to search and how can we define the validation functions for that input, right? And then if you have time, and then we can have the things about the difference array and tree try. And I like this a lot. I really like this data structure. I did a lot of the questions related to this one. That is very nice. And then also you can, if you are interested in the union file, and then you can yeah, I mean the graph, and then you can learn about the union file and some kind of the topological algorithms, for example like the dice chart and the can Yeah, so I think that like you can learn this one within 6 months. And then so why I put the things in the white color here, it is it means that like, so you can see that all the things in here, all of the data structure here, I mean in the white color, and then all of them have the templates, and then it means that like we just need to learn the templates, and then we practice a lot, and then we know when and where to use it. It means that we know the context, and then so after several months, and then we are getting familiar with the data structure, the way we solve the problems, and then so that is the good foundations for us to uh, solve the hard questions in the future. So yeah, so I think that like, so you just need to learn from 1 to 11 from here, and then you can put the 3, 4, 5 at the end, and then it means that you just need to learn about 8 topics, and then it can cover pretty much everything for you. Yeah, so I think that because I just learned this one during 6 months, and then I can land a job. But I also have the background about the computer science before. But yes, I was away from the algorithms for a while. So yeah, I if I can do this, and then I believe that all of you can do it. Yeah, so just my happy day. I I solved 1,000 questions, and I hope that I can keep my streak to like 1,000 days. And then yeah, my purpose is that like I can solve the maybe half of the questions in the LeetCode in the next year. So I think that that is pretty much everything from me at the moment. And yeah, I want to say thank you a lot because like you guys all my supporters, and I know that during this time sometimes I make the video, but I mean like my English is not very good, and then yeah, sometimes I cannot explain some of the problems clearly. So that is the reason why sometimes I don't have many viewers. But yeah, so I have 30 viewers for now, and then I think that that is the very um, strong motivations for me to keep moving forward, overcome myself, and then improve the quality of the videos. And I hope that I can share and I can inspire you guys to keep doing the algorithms questions every day. And then I think that all of us will have the job, and we can contribute to the better things of the world. Right, okay, thank you so much for watching my video, and see you next time.